everyone, so today's video is going to be some more tips and tricks for Animal Crossing New Horizons. I recently uploaded a part 1, so if you guys haven't seen that video yet, please check it out. I'll leave a link to it as well as some other Animal Crossing related videos and my Instagram and Twitter in the description box below. So first up, let's talk about some of the ways you can make some more bells. For me, I do this almost every day, which is collecting all the native fruit on your island. Make sure you don't sell this fruit on your island, but instead visit a friend's island whose native fruit is different to yours, and they will sell for more bells. So for me, I collect all my peaches and bring them to a friend's island who has cherries as their native fruit, and then I can sell them there for more profit. So another difference that each person has, other than fruit, is flowers and also the colour of their airport. So an easy way to get all the different types of flowers is to exchange your native flowers with a friend's native flowers. For me, I started with roses but was able to collect tulips and lilies from my friends. You can either buy them at the shops or dig up the plants and the seeds from the ground. Also, whilst you're visiting the friends' islands, you can write on their notice board. It's a pretty cute way to leave a message for your friends, and you can also draw on this one as well. Another tip I have for visiting friends' islands is that you can use the Nintendo Switch app to message in-game. Typing on the Switch can take quite a while, so if you use the app it's a lot easier. You'll just need to open the app and then choose voice chat if you want to use voice chat, but you can also choose just to use the messaging app part. Then you can just type in the box there, and whatever you type in will show up in game, which is so much easier than actually typing it on the Switch. So in my last video I had a lot of questions about the acorns falling from the trees, so I believe this might happen in my game as I'm from Australia and I chose to play in the southern hemisphere, so right now it's autumn. So that's also why I can catch some different types of fish, as depending on the season you're in, different fish and bugs are available. Also, if you shake the different types of trees, you can get pine cones, which you can also use for some DIY recipes. Whilst on the topic of DIY recipes, when you're crafting, if you press A a few times, it will actually speed up the animation, so this actually makes crafting a little bit faster. Also, to get more DIY recipes, make sure you talk to your villagers every day, especially when they're in their houses, as they tend to be crafting items and will often give you the recipe for the item that they're crafting. Also, don't forget to check along the beaches, as recipes will be in the message bottles that spawn on the shoreline. Another tip from my last video was to make sure when you shoot down balloons with your slingshot to not do it near any water, as the present might drop in and you'll actually lose it. There is one benefit from this one, as you do get some Nook miles if this happens the first time. Also, make sure not to shoot balloons down in areas where there's a lot of weeds, as apparently if it drops in the weeds as well you can also lose the present. This also happens if you shake fruit off a tree into a patch of weeds, it will also disappear. So make sure if you have any fruit trees to clear the areas around them before you shake any of the fruit off. In my last video I also showed you guys if you hit your villagers with a net repeatedly, they can get quite annoyed. You can also do this by running into them repeatedly. Again, as with hitting them with the net, you can also apologise to them as well. Also, if you see a villager walking around with a bug jumping around them, make sure you go over to them with your bug net and catch it. This is actually a flea, so your villager will thank you for catching the flea, and you can then donate it to Brothers for the museum. Some other useful tips for playing are to make sure to conserve your shovel usage by not using it to push the dirt back into any holes that you've made. You can actually just use your foot to push the dirt back in by pressing Y. Also, some other details that I've seen, you can actually shut the curtains on your windows in your house, which also changes the lighting. And apparently you can also move your mailbox. I think this might become available once you've built like the left hand side room of your house, but you can pick it up like any other item and move it to where you want it to be. I also wanted to show you guys one of the islands that I visited using the Nook Miles. This was actually like a shark island, and every fish that I caught was one of the more rare types. So because I'm in the southern hemisphere, I was able to catch whale sharks, sunfish and suckerfish. So I actually stayed on this island for quite a while and tried to catch as many whale sharks and sunfish as I could, as they're actually worth quite a lot. I also met Maple on this island, which I was super lucky as I wanted her as one of my villagers, and I've convinced her to move to mainland, so I'm really happy about that. So with all the money that I made from the sharks, I was able to pay off my first bridge and also contribute a bit more to my home loan, which was great. So that is everything for today's video. Let me know in the comments what shops you've unlocked so far and what villages you have on your island. Make sure to check out more of my Animal Crossing videos in my playlist, which I'll leave in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!